Ever been told that the moon landing was faked or that pigeons are secretly government spies? Welcome to the world of conspiracy theories. You've probably heard some bizarre theories, like how the Earth is flat or that the government is hiding alien technology. But why do we fall for these outlandish beliefs? Why do perfectly normal people get swept up in ideas that sound completely ridiculous? It all comes down to our brains and the fascinating psychology behind them. You see, our minds are wired to recognize patterns, even when no patterns exist. It's something we've developed over centuries to survive. Imagine our ancient ancestors walking through the jungle, hearing a rustle in the bushes. What does the brain immediately do? It doesn't pause and think, "Oh, that's just the wind." It jumps to conclusions. Is that a predator? Could that be something dangerous? This instinct was essential for survival, but in today's world, it doesn't always serve us well. Our brains are still hardwired to search for patterns and meanings in everything. And this makes us more susceptible to accepting things that are far from logical. Let's take the example of confirmation bias. You've probably seen it firsthand. When someone is convinced that a conspiracy theory is true, they'll seek out information that supports their belief, ignoring anything that contradicts it. And it's not just about finding information. It's about filtering the world to confirm your pre-existing views. You see something online that reinforces your belief in a hidden world order, and that becomes your truth. Your brain is more likely to absorb and believe that information, while discarding anything that challenges it. This is why you can find a video or article that debunks an alien theory, but you won't click on it, because your mind is set on the idea that aliens exist. And the more you believe it, the more you filter the world to fit that narrative. Your brain essentially becomes a confirmation factory. It's like wearing glasses that tint everything with the color of your belief. And that's what makes conspiracy theories so sticky. They confirm what we already feel, so we hold on to them with all our might. But confirmation bias isn't the only cognitive quirk at play. Enter the availability heuristic. This is the mental shortcut that leads us to judge the likelihood of an event based on how easily we can recall examples of it. Ever been convinced something bad is about to happen because you've heard a lot about it recently? That's the availability heuristic working its magic. If you've been watching a lot of videos about UFO sightings or hearing about government cover-ups, your brain starts to believe that these things are more common than they actually are. Your mind starts making connections between unrelated events because they fit the narrative you've built. And when you start seeing patterns everywhere, it reinforces the idea that you were right all along. This is a big reason why conspiracy theories thrive on social media. One person shares a video, and soon it's everywhere. When people are constantly exposed to the same ideas, those ideas start to feel real. It's the availability heuristic, making you believe the theory is true just because you've seen it so often. Suddenly, the bizarre becomes believable, and you're left wondering how you ever doubted it in the first place. And if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear about groupthink. This is when a group of people, all believing the same thing, starts to influence each other's thoughts, often leading them to irrational conclusions. You've probably seen it happen in online communities. Someone posts a conspiracy theory and suddenly everyone else is chiming in with their own version of it, even if it doesn't make sense. The pressure to conform to the group's belief is immense, and it can make it incredibly hard to step back and see the truth. It's like a mental filter that stops us from questioning what's accepted in the group. Groupthink doesn't just happen online, though. It's a huge force in every area of life, whether it's at work, school, or even in friendships. The desire to belong, to feel accepted by a group, can push us to accept things we might otherwise reject. When people around you all believe in a conspiracy, it starts to feel more and more like truth. The need to fit in outweighs our natural skepticism. It's not just the conspiracy theory itself that pulls people in, it's the emotional satisfaction of being part of a group that believes in something special. Being in the know is powerful, and once you experience that feeling, it's hard to shake it off. So you've got your brain looking for patterns, confirming beliefs that support what you already think, and leaning on emotional triggers to drive your beliefs forward. Combine all of this with the social pressures of groupthink, and you have the perfect storm for conspiracy theories to grow and thrive. But there's one more factor: cognitive dissonance. This is the mental discomfort you feel when you hold two conflicting beliefs. It's a feeling we all try to avoid, so to ease the discomfort, we'll convince ourselves that the thing we believe in is true, even when evidence shows otherwise. Now, let's dive into why conspiracy theories are so captivating. It's not just about believing in something strange or far-fetched. It's about the appeal of secret knowledge. Who doesn't want to know something that others don't? To have access to the hidden truth, to be part of an exclusive club that understands the world in ways that others simply can't. It taps into a deep human need to feel special, to feel like you're on the inside track, while everyone else is in the dark. Take, for example, the theory that the government is hiding alien life. If you believe that you're part of a very elite group, you have this special knowledge that others are too blind to see. That feeling of superiority is incredibly powerful. It's not just about knowing something. It's about knowing something that makes you feel smarter, more enlightened, and often more in control of your life. It's the ultimate form of empowerment. In a world where things often feel out of our control, where political systems can seem unpredictable, where climate change threatens the future, where we feel disconnected from the people in power, conspiracy theories offer a way to regain that control. If you know the hidden truth, then you're not just a passive observer. You're an active participant in the story. You're in the know. And that's a feeling that's hard to resist. Let's not forget that conspiracies tend to explain things in a simple, black and white manner. Everything in life is complicated: politics, economics, the environment. But conspiracy theories give us a straightforward answer. It's all part of a hidden agenda, they tell us. Suddenly, the complexities of the world make sense. There's a clear villain and a clear victim, and the solution seems just around the corner. And here's where social media plays a critical role. The rise of platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter has turned every person into a potential broadcaster. And when someone shares a conspiracy theory, it has the chance to spread like wildfire. The more bizarre, dramatic, or sensational the theory, the more likely it is to get noticed. That's because these theories trigger powerful emotions: fear, anger, or excitement, and emotions drive people to share. The more extreme the theory, the more likely it is to spread. Think about it. If someone shares a video claiming to have evidence of alien life, that's something exciting. It's not just an idea, it's news. It gets people talking, commenting, sharing. And the more people engage with it, the more it reinforces the belief. This is how the viral nature of conspiracy theories works. The more attention a theory gets, the more real it feels to people. And because people are emotionally invested, they'll continue to share it, pushing it further into the mainstream. And the algorithms that power social media platforms only make this worse. These platforms are designed to show you content that you'll engage with. So, the more you interact with conspiracy-related content, the more you'll see. It creates a loop where every new piece of content reinforces your existing beliefs, making it harder to escape the echo chamber. The more you engage, the more entrenched you become in your worldview. This is why it's so hard for people to change their minds once they've been swept up in a conspiracy. The algorithm has already shaped their reality. It's like a psychological trap. You're fed content that aligns with your views, which strengthens your beliefs. The stronger your beliefs get, the more you engage with similar content, creating a vicious cycle. You start to see the conspiracy everywhere, reinforcing it even further. And the deeper you go, the more difficult it becomes to see the truth. Now, let's explore one of the most powerful forces behind the spread of conspiracy theories: echo chambers. Online communities can become echo chambers, where people only interact with like-minded individuals. In these spaces, ideas, no matter how bizarre, get amplified because there's no opposing viewpoint to challenge them. You hear the same theories repeated so often that they start to feel like undeniable truths. And it's easy to see how it happens. Every like, comment, or share serves as a form of validation, reinforcing your belief that you're part of something special. This constant reinforcement makes it harder to critically evaluate the information you're receiving. Instead, everything you see or hear supports what you already believe. You start to trust the opinions of others in the group more than the facts, and the more isolated you become, the more those opinions begin to feel like reality. It's the power of social influence and psychological bias at its finest. The more we hear something, the more convinced we become, regardless of whether it's true or not. The danger goes beyond just believing false information. For many, these theories become part of their identity. It's not just about the belief itself, but the feeling of being part of an exclusive group, the truth seekers who have uncovered a hidden reality. Being part of a group that knows the truth creates a sense of belonging and purpose. But as beliefs become more extreme, it can lead to social isolation. Relationships with others who don't share the same views weaken, creating an even tighter, self-reinforcing circle of belief. And the longer you stay in the echo chamber, the harder it becomes to break free. At the end of the day, conspiracy theories aren't just about believing in the absurd. They fulfill powerful psychological needs. The desire for certainty, control, and belonging can make these ideas incredibly appealing. Cognitive biases, the allure of secret knowledge, and the social influence of like-minded groups create the perfect storm for conspiracy theories to thrive. It's a cycle of reinforcement, where each new theory, each new post, makes it feel like the puzzle pieces are falling into place. So, what can we do about it? The first step is understanding why we believe what we do. By recognizing the cognitive biases at play, the psychological need for certainty, and the role of social media in reinforcing these beliefs, we can start to see conspiracy theories for what they are: stories we tell ourselves to make sense of a complex world. It's not easy to break free, but awareness is the first step. The truth is, we don't need conspiracy theories to understand the world. We just need to think critically, ask questions, and challenge our own assumptions. We need to look beyond the noise and focus on the facts. That's how we break free from the cycle of misinformation and make better, more informed decisions. Thanks for joining me on this exploration of conspiracy theories. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on these theories and the psychology behind them. Are there any you've been curious about? Share them in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay skeptical.